Hey guys, Rika here, and today I want to show you how to get the Chatoyant lens and what you can do with it. Outside of the April Fool's holiday, you'll go to the Western Ward Waypoint in Lion's Arch. For those of you who are not aware, inside of this cave you can find all of the festival vendors that are not limited time. For the sake of this video, we'll be going to the April Fool's vendor, which is going to be on the second little platform when you go inside past the bridge. In order to buy the Chatoyant lens, you're going to need 10 Chatoyant Elixirs. 10 Chatoyant Elixirs are going to cost you 10 Beryl Orbs and 50 Tiger's Eyes. Both of these items can be found on the trading post if you don't have enough, and of course the Tiger's Eyes are a little bit easier to get than the Beryl Orbs. You don't have to buy the accessory in order to see the gigantic cats and the extra life cats. You can just use the elixir for that. But if you'd like to be able to see them for the rest of your Guild Wars 2 account's life, it is worth getting the accessory. If you didn't notice, on the accessory it does say account bound on acquire, so you can transfer this between your characters. So really the question is, do you think that you'll want to look at the cats more than 10 times? Because if not, then you might as well just buy an elixir. I do think that ArenaNet should consider making this a novelty item instead of an accessory, considering that even though it has stats, it's not going to replace most level 80 gear. That being said, a lot of Guild Wars 2 players do use a free equipment tab when they have one for novelty items and Fashion Wars. Head on over to Diverse Ledges Waypoint, and we're going to start our journey, hunting for the giant cats. We're going to be heading southeast from here to the very edge of the bay. If you don't have the sky scale, you can use the skimmer for this, or if you don't have the skimmer and you have End of Dragons, just use your skiff. I'm sure you can see all of the feline glory coming up. I will be showing you all of the locations in the major cities, and then I will be going on to the extra life cats. From the Lion's Arch entrance to Gendarran Fields, head northeast and look up. From the Cornucopian Fields waypoint in Gendarran Fields, look to the south and then look up. This one's a little more challenging to get close to, but you can use your sky scale to get on the edges of things. Try to use this little hut or shack that's to the side of the Lion's Arch portal and go up from there. You unfortunately can't get all of the way up, but you can get close enough that you can see the cat's face pretty clearly. In Divinity's Reach, you'll want to head over to Melandru's Waypoint, and then turn to the southeast and look up. You can use your sky scale or Springer to get up onto some of the buildings to get a closer look, but be careful, the edge of the city is something that you cannot land on. From the Lugakis Aquila waypoint in Black Citadel, you'll want to head north-northwest to the Nolani Academy. If I had the option when I was a kid to be taught by a gigantic cat, I would have definitely opted in. If you fly over that way, you're going to see the cat immediately once you get past the waypoint, unless you have your graphics settings set really, really low. If you don't have the sky scale or the griffin, I would suggest using the glider to get down to the bottom and then using the springer to get back up. From the Majeston Court waypoint, you're just going to go right up the stairs and you should see the cat to your right. To be clear, that is the northmost waypoint on the top level of the city. I decided to run to the north instead of just waypointing because reasons. So I just wanted to make it clear because that could be a little confusing. So if you just look toward the north at the right-hand side of the pyramid, you'll see the cat floating there. From the Caledon waypoint in the northern part of the grove, all you need to do is turn to the left and look up. You can use your sky scale or springer to jump on top of the little hut to the left for a better view. From the Legends waypoint in Hoelbrak, just turn to the west and look up. I haven't tried it, but I think you could probably get a better vantage point if you use the griffin. Hoelbrak is definitely not friendly to people who want to try and climb up the sides of the city. If you only have the springer or the sky scale, you can use the buildings that are close over here in order to get a slightly better vantage point of the cat. And last but not least, our giant resident cat in the Eye of the North. Just head over to the waypoint and look up. He's on the east side. And this guy concludes our giant cat major city tour. Now on to the Extra Life. The Extra Life is a charity that ArenaNet participates in every year. If you'd like more information on the charity, the link is in the description below. Joe Kim, a programmer with ArenaNet, has a goal for donations every year, and those who donate $30 or more can include in their description for their donation the name and description of one of their pets or animals that they know, and those animals can be included in the game. The animals that were described in 2020 were entered into the Eye of the North. Alright, now on to the Extra Life 2021 animals. These ones are located on Cat Island in Saitung Province. If you have the Thousand Seas Pavilion Pass, go ahead and use the fishing portal to Saitung Province and get on your skimmer and just go west from there and you'll find the Cat Island and use your Springer or Skyscale to get up to the bridge. If you don't have the pass, the closest waypoint is the village waypoint, or if you have the Isle of Reflection Guild Hall, you can go to that guild hall, go to the little pier, there's a portal that takes you right to Saitung Province on the east side, and just ride the skimmer on over. And finally, we have the 2022 Extra Life animals, which are located in the outer ring of the Wizard's Tower. If you don't yet have access to the Wizard's Tower, don't worry. Each one of these animals does have a location in each of the major cities in Corteria. See the link in the description below for the Extra Life. There is a section on the animals for each year, and you can actually open up a link for each one of the animals named to find out which major city they reside in. Do you have an animal in the game from donating to Extra Life? Please drop it in the comments below and let me know a little bit more about your pet or the animal that you decided to describe for the donation. I do predominantly have cats just because I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, to dedicate to pets. I did have a parrot, but I have had some dogs, turtles, frogs. We had a couple of guinea pigs, a couple of rats, some bunnies. So I love animals, and I think this is such a fantastic idea. I wish more games would do stuff like this. And that concludes our tour of all of the animals you can see with the Chatoyant lens. Which ones were your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.